The MK1, MK2, MK3 HD remake cancellation saga just continues. This video is going to be a tough one to make because I'm so disappointed. So what's up, guys? My name's Dynasty. Got for y'all today another Mortal Kombat video in regards to what we now know was called Mortal Kombat Collection Online, an HD remake of MK1, MK2, MK3, something being developed by the guys over at Blind Squirrel Games. This is something I've been talking about over the last few months because it was rumored alongside the launch of MK11, of course dropping next week, Warner Brothers wanted to release Mortal Kombat 1 to 3 as a remake, and like I mentioned, that was just rumors because all we really knew was Blind Squirrel Games were working on a trilogy of games from the 90s that were arcade fighters. Some thought it was Street Fighter, some thought it was something else. I thought it was probably Mortal Kombat. A lot of you guys also agreed it was probably Mortal Kombat. And it was. And it turns out that yesterday, the guys over at Game Rant posted an article called Mortal Kombat Remastered Collection was in the works. So this is the second time that this has happened. So the gameplay you're seeing in the background is from the first build of an HD remake for Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. And now again, a second time, we're discussing how WB canceled another potential remake for MK1, 2, and 3. So of course, if you guys want to read the full article, link down below, I'll be breaking that down. So with that said, let's get into it. So the article opens up by saying, without a doubt, many are looking forward to the release of MK11, which we consider one of the most anticipated titles of 2019. It seems likely that many of those hypes for MK11 would also likely appreciate a well-done remaster of the original Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 3, all of which was in the works under the title Mortal Kombat Remaster Collection, or Mortal Kombat Collection Online. Emphasis on the word was. Again, confirmation, this has indeed been cancelled. It continues on to say, sadly, it appears this project was cancelled. This much has been confirmed by Danny. I cannot pronounce that last name. I love you, dude. Don't take it personal. I don't want to butcher it. Concept artist and UI artist at Blind Squirrel Games, whose job was to set the quality bar for the UI and FX while maintaining the look of the trilogy of the series. This remaster would have also introduced a new game mode known as the Crypt. So not only would you have had Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, but also the ability to go into a crypt to use the coins you unlock by, winning matches online, playing through arcade ladders. You use those coins to purchase things in the crypt. As for what things, I'm really not too sure. But yeah, the crypt was also going to be part of this new remaster of MK1, MK2, MK3. Lastly, it states, guy's last name would also go on to release some concept art for the now cancelled Mortal Kombat project, including some takes on Scorpion's Fire Fatality and Sub-Zero's Freeze special move. While envisioning what could have been, it's worth mentioning that Mortal Kombat 11 releases incredibly soon. So again, we got some concepts, screenshots, some images, and guys, this just makes me so disappointed. So here is like the, I guess you can say the title screen. It says Mortal Kombat Collection Online. Look how amazing that looks. Press any button. That reminds me a lot of what we saw back in MKX. Again, these are simply concepts, so some things are probably being reused from MKX, what have you. Moving on to the next image, you can see this is going to be the main menu screen. Mortal Kombat Remastered. You can see behind Remastered it says 1, 2, 3. It says Game Select, Online Play, Characters, Crypt, Options. I'm guessing characters probably gave you like character bios or something. On the top right, you also have the coins I was talking about. It tells you there, like, win 6 fights and you get the reward of 100,000 coins. So there is going to be like milestones daily, I'm assuming, for, things for you to do to get more coins, and that's just really cool. In the center, you can see the Mortal Kombat Dragon. On the top, 1, bottom right 2, bottom left 3. So you could select the game you want to choose, but I'm guessing using your analog stick and just like aiming towards 1, 2, or 3, pretty easy. Not really sure what the Conquer the Day is. Probably just another challenge. Bottom right says Battle Call. Now what I'm thinking that is essentially like you could turn that on. If you turn that on while you're playing offline, it'll find you matches online. And this screen, and this next image right here, you can see it has like battle accepted. You got 10 seconds. I think while you're playing offline, this would pop up and be like, hey man, this battle's ready. Do you want to fight this guy? And it gave you his record, his fights, his win-loss ratio, mastery, assassin, accept, decline. So I'm thinking you could turn on like your battle call, and then you can accept online matches, which is such a cool feature. I know, like, I think Tekken does that, Street Fighter might do that, I'm not too sure. I know some fighters have something similar to that, so that is pretty kick-ass. And moving on to this next image, like I mentioned, they're probably using a lot of assets just because these are concepts, but here is the character page, I'm guessing. It says fighter progression, mastery, wins, fatalities, flawless, win streak, coins, rematch with the same character, rematch with different character, go back to the main menu, shows you Scorpion. So maybe the character option was just simply telling you how much you've earned with that character. Maybe it's not character bios, but just like details on your playstyle with that character, like just tracking your data. I understand it's a render of MK versus DC Scorpion, but like I said, this is just like concept images. Take it and just use your imagination, if you will, to what would have been essentially. Now this next image right here is what they were mentioning, how the Scorpion fatality, it shows you the original and the after as well, the top being the original, the bottom being the after. You can see just the slight changes to make it a lot more high definition. It looks amazing. Same can be said underneath for the Sub-Zero Ice Ball. You can see keeping the exact same properties, but just giving it a modern take, if you will. And lastly, here is like the mock-up of the main menu screens. So they were going through a bunch of different mock-ups, and honestly, I think the one I showed you earlier is the best. So hey, Blind Thrill Games, you had the right idea in mind. So those are all the screenshots that we get of what could have been for this Mortal Kombat Collection online that was being developed by Blind Squirrel Games, and there's really not much details about it other than just this article right here. Like I mentioned, full article down below. And it's just crazy because this is the second time somebody has attempted to bring back an HD remake of Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, and nothing comes from it. I think it's a bummer because I was looking forward to, because initially it was mentioning how the aim was to have something like this on the Switch. So I was like, damn, an HD remake of MK1, 2, and 3, and you can play on the Switch? And it's being released alongside MK11, potentially packaged with like the collector's edition? That would have been amazing. And I think the response that it's been given by people is pretty much this would be like a novelty type of thing where you'd play it for a day and you never play it again. And that's the reason why they never come to fruition, because it's so much effort for something that people wouldn't play. And I'm just like, man, honestly, I would play the hell out of a Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 remake on the Switch. Who wouldn't? That's like a no-brainer. Like, I still play them to this day, you know what I mean? Like, it's for a big corporation to say, oh, it's a novelty, they'll play it only for a day. Okay, so say we do play it for a day. I still gotta potentially drop 20, 30 bucks, right, to get my hands on this? So tell me, how is it not worth making if regardless I'm giving you my money? So I just don't see why they haven't done this yet. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for. We already passed the 25-year anniversary. MK11's dropping. This would have been amazing to be packaged, like I mentioned, alongside like the collector's edition. Collector's edition's a pretty penny. If this would have been included, it wouldn't have hurt as much. You get me? So if not for MK11, then when? There's not even a guarantee that Mortal Kombat 12 will be dropping in the next 2 to 4 years. We don't know the future in NetherRealm Studios. We don't know what they plan on doing. We don't know if Injustice 3 is next in the pipeline. It seems like from the Game Informer interview that, you know, NetherRealm Studios is open to branching out and doing things other than just fighting games. Like, potentially even doing like an RPG. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, is MK12 really dropping in 4 years? We're gonna wait 4 years for another company to try to do this, to be released alongside the next Mortal Kombat game? It's just, I don't get it. It's never gonna happen. It's really not. But guys, that is all I got for y'all today. Like I mentioned, if you want to read the full article, it was posted by Game Rant just yesterday. I'm pretty sure this is probably all the details we have of this. If there's more information released, which I'm pretty sure there's got to be, I'll probably make an update video, because this just dropped yesterday, hot off the wire. Surprised nobody's really talking about this, because this was a big deal. This was in the works. The rumors were true. And it just sucks because it's not happening. Man, I just look at like Street Fighter getting 1 million HD remakes. Mortal Kombat can't... God. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video, please take 1 second, drop a like on it. Subscribe for some more MK11 on the daily. We're less than 10 days away. The funny thing too is, going back to the first one that got canceled, I guess it was January of 2018, I think. To that one, the first HD remake, the gameplay you're seeing in the background, this build got presented to Ed Boon, and Boon was the one pushing for this to happen. So it's almost like WB just doesn't let it happen, because I think Boone was the one who was pushing for the first one that got canceled to even be a thing, and ultimately I think WB had the final say, obviously the publisher. So I know NetherRealm Studios isn't like, oh yeah, don't do that. Why would they stop someone from doing that? So I know WB, WB, come on, WB, do it. Anyways, till next time, you guys take care, stay safe, see you guys later. Peace.
Started in 92, dressed in all blue with some of the best fighting moves. I was also born in 92, oh shit. Dynasty, pay attention to where I go with this. I didn't die in the events of the first game, that's the only difference. Here to hang like a rope chain. John Tobias, Ed Boon, y'all fucking amazing. Y'all not human when it come down to being creative. Look, man,